Hello, fellow subscribers. Another short video, which will be a mini slideshow, and we will be focusing a few minutes of our time on the currency that is expected to be the sole currency during the tribulation. I started with this page. Note at the upper left corner in blue, United Nations. And note what is written right under it. It's in your face. It's not hidden anymore. So if you had any doubts that the United Nations was the NWO, there it is, in black and blue, rather than black and white. Aha, Bill Gates. Every day there's an article on the Google webpage about Bill Gates. I just got to know that Bill Gates is Jewish. And his Jewish father, Bill Gates Sr., who was an advocate and he was the director at Planned Parenthood, he was an advocate for the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds, you must know, and the Rockefellers control the globe from 3 cities in the world. 3 cities, 3 headquarters, if you like. One of them is in London, and that hub controls the financial aspect of the world. Then there is the Vatican, which is another city, which controls religious programming. And that's also controlled by the Rockefellers and Rothschilds. Obviously, the Pope takes orders, directives from above. And the third city is Washington State. And that would be the military arm of the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. And electromagnetic fields act via activation of voltage-gated calcium channels to produce beneficial or adverse effects. The Wi-Fi, millimeter wave, that when it is applied fully at 60 gigahertz, it will cause these voltage-gated calcium channels to take up artificial DNA, which has been injected into somebody by this upcoming genomic vaccine that will be mandated sometime next year, I believe. It's called electroporation. So that's how they're going to manipulate the entire cells of your body by using that millimeter wave to open up gaps in the cell membranes of all your cells in the body, including your brain and your skin and your muscles and everything, to get that artificial DNA to be assimilated inside the cell, whereby then it can hijack your own DNA and make it synthesize proteins of its own bidding. I thought this was interesting. Iran, always at Israel's throat. Well, and CDC want to tell us that it's not just us humans who will be going into famine. Even the rats are experiencing famine. And a rat who is hungry is desperate. This constitutional lawyer says that the government absolutely can plunge a needle into your arm, but have no fear. Trust in the Lord and lean not upon your own understanding, Proverbs tells us. Remember also that in the Bible, Apostle Paul, after he had set foot upon the island of Malta, a few hours later, he was bitten by a poisonous snake, which he nonchalantly brushed off into the fire, and nothing happened to him. So, in the event that somebody forces a vaccine upon you, you have the seal of God, and God knows your intentions. Do not worry. And there he is again. Yes, he says forced vaccinations are constitutional. This is the climate that you would expect during the Great Tribulation. You have no say whatsoever. You either accept or you die. The text is very small here. Billions upon billions of voracious desert locusts are ravenously devouring crops over a vast portion of the globe that stretches from eastern Africa all the way to India. That's a large swath of land, believe me. This unprecedented plague was supposed to be subsiding by now, but instead, a fourth generation of locusts has emerged that is producing swarms that are up to 8,000 times larger than what we witnessed earlier this year. Some of these swarms are the size of major cities. They can travel up to 150 kilometers a day. That's unbelievable. If you had to travel that much, you would be dizzy and tired from all that traveling, but these locusts, they seem to have boundless energy. And when they descend upon a farm, they can literally eat everything there is in as little as 30 seconds. Boy, that's scary. Because these swarms are not affecting the United States yet, most Americans don't understand because they are like an ostrich with their heads buried in the sand. And so they can't understand the immense devastation that is happening on the other side of the globe right now. It's like a horse having blinkers. What he can't see, he believes isn't there. But it is happening. The UN is warning that mass starvation is coming, and we are being told that it is going to begin by the end of this year 2020, which brings me to our main focus of this slideshow. What you should be thinking about right now, apart from your spiritual salvation, that is. There it is. Locust swarms over 13 countries. Iran, again, taunting Israel. Calls on the world to join in destroying the lab-created virus. It's unbelievable. It really sounds like they're getting their orders from Satan to me. But don't worry, nobody's going to touch the apple of God's eye. Today I got to know of a new word, Derico. Rare Derico, or shall we say not so rare anymore, roars from Utah to North Dakota, spans 750 miles with gusts up to 110 miles per hour. It's a storm system with sustained, strong, straight winds. Very, very damaging. And one satellite image, 3 seasons. Dengue is on the rise. Cases near to 100K in Parana. So, our main topic, or rather our main point of discussion, I wanted to bring up the main, or shall I say, the only cryptocurrency that will be in usage during the Great Tribulation. It will be Libra. There will be no other currency available during the Great Tribulation. There won't be Bitcoin. Bitcoin is only experimental, and Bitcoin is going nowhere. So if there are those of you who are investing in Bitcoin right now, I would steer away from it. And even gold and silver, as I'm going to show you, as the Bible will tell us, it will be useless in those days. Libra is the cryptocurrency conceived by the Concordia group. Each member of Concordia, when they become members in the Concordia, they all donate $10 million to become members in the Libra group. I give you some examples, like Coca-Cola, for instance. They are members, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and there was another one who they're very they're household names. Many of them. There are many of them in this Concordia group. So what does the Bible tell us about investing in gold and silver? Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. Let's go through it briefly again. They shall cast their silver and their streets and their gold. It will be useless in those days. And you're going to tell me which days? You're going to tell me gold and silver have never lost their value. I'm not saying that they are without value or they will be without value, but I'm saying simply that they won't be recognized as currency during the Great Tribulation. Only Libra. That's how the Antichrist is going to control the globe. Only Libra will be the allowed cryptocurrency by which worldwide transactions will be made. Then it says here that their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. What is the day of the wrath of the Lord? It is the Great Tribulation. It is referring to that very specific time. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels. They will remain hungry. They will not be able to buy food with silver and gold. So if you are if you're tempted to buy silver and gold, and there are a lot of adverts going on, and even YouTubers trying to sell silver and gold online along with Bitcoin. Don't invest in any of those. They are going to be worthless. They're going to be, let me say, they will be useless. They will be useless. Don't throw away the silver and the gold, but you won't be able to do anything with it. You certainly won't be able to buy food. So, what to do? I would invest in food. Because the reset, the global financial reset is here. It's being done right now. And I foresee that over the next 6 months, or let's say 9 months, they're going to try and abolish cash completely. So be careful. I would if I were you, number one, get your house in order spiritually. Number two, I would invest, I would stock up on food and water because those are the only precious commodities that you'll be able to barter with. Because that's another thing, bartering. If you haven't taken the mark of the beast, then the only way to survive, if it is at all possible, is through bartering with other fellow Christians. All right, let's give an example. Like if you are a beekeeper and you have honey and you have honey jars, you can barter honey jars for, say, cauliflower and cabbages from a farmer. I hope this blesses you. I made this slideshow to show you that everything is converging and the pace is lightning speed, cannot keep up. Too much information. I mean, bombardment, too much going on. Pray unceasingly. God bless you all.